For nearly a century, the Department of Anthropology at the University of Minnesota has been training professional anthropologists and educating students. We are one of the oldest anthropology programs in the entire country. We have 17 faculty members, about 60 graduate students, and every year we educate about 2,000 students in our classes. Students who study at the University of Minnesota have the opportunity to study with some of the most advanced researchers in the United States, and indeed in the world.
In my research, I work both with archaeological and archival remains to look at past societies. I kind of view that as looking at the two sides of the way in which societies move forward. Archival materials are things that we keep because we want to remember them in some fashion. Archaeological remains very often are things that we throw away either because they're no longer important to us or because we want to forget them. And so I think the movement between those two things gives us a really good view of past society, but also how we remember what came of past societies. Anthropology is not just a major where you read and learn about what could be done with the discipline. As much as possible, our courses try to actually get students into the position where they are doing that research themselves. We try to incorporate active learning into the classroom as much as possible, and we have so much material to work with that it's actually quite easy.
I've been excavating for more than 15 years, researching the earliest spread of humans out of Africa. The moment of discovery is really interesting, but then there's also when you discover things from crunching the numbers in your computer later, acting like Sherlock Holmes, trying to figure out what happened only it's 1.8 million years ago. And the students love that, and that's the best part about teaching, I think, is when the students are discovering those things and they have that excitement too.
Anthropology is the only field in the university, not just in the liberal arts, that is at the same time part of the humanities, part of the social sciences, part of the biological sciences, and actually part of the physical sciences as well.
In my research, where I'm looking at people who want to take humans to other parts of the cosmos and begin new communities in space, all of the kinds of questions that anthropologists have about what it is to be human, from the biological form to metaphysical questions, are thrown open. Language, of course, is one of those elements that we all imagine or we all think about as making us human, as making us distinct as a species. At the undergraduate level, I teach Language, Culture and Power, which is a class that I love teaching. And many students tell me, years after in some cases, that they can't have conversations in the same way anymore after taking this class because they are so attuned to what it is that people are doing. And that's the point I try and make. We don't simply represent with language, we do things. And that's always what I ask people, what is being done? We think that language represents the world. I claim language makes the world.
What's so interesting about how social cultural anthropology tries to understand the world around it is its key focus on fieldwork, on long-term immersion. In order to understand a particular community set of ideas, values, it's crucial to be with and amongst the people that you're actually trying to understand. And part of, I think, the strength of social cultural anthropology is that it, on the one hand, seeks to make the familiar strange, and on the other hand, seeks to make the strange familiar. There's a lot of taken for granted categories in our world. In my work, some of the taken for granted categories are finance, the market, and really trying to get at the cultural underpinnings. What are the institutional contexts, the historical underpinnings, the individual biographies, such that Wall Streeters get socialized into a world where they can have undue influence on it? Social cultural anthropology brings a greater understanding of global interconnection, of uneven development, and gives us a way to think about the production and the perpetuation of inequality in a way that's culturally grounded, and in a way that we can actually unpack our preconceptions so that we can actually change them.
These are some of the reasons that we're so proud of our department. We invite you to visit us and to see what we have to offer to you, to your family, and to the community.